In a recent interview at the Edinburgh TV Festival, American talk show host Whoopi Goldberg expressed her interest in starring in Doctor Who, but not in a guest spot or as a companion to the Time Lord. No, Goldberg has a sights set on playing the Doctor, the lead role in the hit BBC sci-fi drama series. Whoopi Goldberg is no stranger to the sci-fi genre, having had a recurring role in Star Trek The Next Generation as Gunyan, a bartender on board the USS Enterprise D, where she starred alongside Sir Patrick Stewart, who played Captain Jean-Luc Picard. The actress is a longtime fan of the show and even approached the BBC with the intention of becoming the first female Doctor, long before Jodie Whittaker was cast in the role, taking that honor. To most people, it might seem far-fetched that an American would be offered the role, considering that no matter the incarnation, the Doctor has always been played by a British actor. That has been a given since the show is a British program. Although at one point, the Doctor Who property was nearly sold off to Fox, which would have potentially changed the identity of the show, from being British to American. The Doctor Who movie with Paul McGann was tailored specifically to appeal to American audiences, and would have kicked off a new season that took place in the country. Once McGann had left the role, they would have needed another actor to replace him and continue the show. At that point, maybe Fox would have decided to start casting well-known American actors for the part. So who knows what could have been? Maybe they would have tapped an actress like Goldberg to be the Doctor. But now the likelihood of her being cast in the show is slim to none, since she revealed that the show's producers turned her down for the role, which honestly is a shame. As a Doctor Who fan, one of the most exciting things that keeps the show ongoing and fresh is the whole concept of change. Every showrunner brings something new to the lore, whether that be the idea that the Doctor can regenerate, or most recently, change sex. There's so many interesting ideas that Doctor Who has introduced into the canon, and that is only helped by bringing in a new actor, who also marks that significant change in the show's direction for a period of time. Having a veteran actor like Whoopi Goldberg could actually be an interesting change for the show going forward. She would bring her unique flair to the role and a prestige to the program, which has had a number of wonderful talent, but none like Goldberg. She's one of 16 people in the world to achieve EGOT status. That means she's won 4 major awards across the board. A Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Talk Show Host in 2009 as a presenter on The View. A Grammy Award for Best Comedy Album for her 1985 album, Whoopi Goldberg, original Broadway show recording. An Academy Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role in the 1990 Patrick Swayze-led film, Ghost. In the movie, Goldberg played Oda Mae Brown, a psychic who Sam, Swayze's character, seeks out following his death, while also finding a way to complete his unfinished business on Earth, so he could pass on into the afterlife. A Tony Award for the Broadway show, Thoroughly Modern Millie, based on the 1967 Julie Andrews film of the same name. At 65 years old, Whoopi would be the oldest actor to take on the role. Well, depending on whether or not you include John Hurt, who played the War Doctor, as an official Doctor. The actor was 73 years old at the time the special aired, making him the oldest actor to play the role, but only in a limited capacity, since his casting was a one-off compared to other actors who played the role for 3 to 4 years. Even with the shift to more younger talent in the modern series, Doctor Who has never had an issue with making an older star the face of the show. Personally, I've found the much older actors to better represent the show, which is why I was happy when Peter Capaldi was cast as the 12th Doctor. Having Goldberg as a world-weary Time Lord would be fitting for the character, who is hundreds of years old. The actress has kept up with the show, following it through its classic run to present day. She even spoke to one of the previous actors attached to the series, Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor, and one of the actors who has remained in the role the longest. Goldberg, being a fan of his version of the Doctor, was happy to share her wishes with the actor. She even got the opportunity to sit down with David Tennant, another actor who played the part when he assumed the role as the 10th Doctor in 2005. As an American, she doesn't want to usurp the part. She is very much aware that the identity of the show is important, and wouldn't want to come in and Americanize it. For her, it needs to stay English. While I respect her for wanting to keep the show as close to its roots as possible, I would love for her to completely reinvent the role by being American. Let her shape the character, bringing her own unique take on it. Have her even keep her accent, rather than changing it to British to fit the norm. Although I'm sure she can do an amazing British accent. You could still have certain traits to the character be British, to show the affinity to the nation, like previous actors have done. It would take some getting used to, but it definitely could work, especially with someone who has the gravitas that Goldberg exudes on screen. Okay, let's not get carried away. There's the what if and the reality, And much like Bond, who has always cast a British actor in the role, Doctor Who will stick to that same tradition, even when one of the best actors in the world comes expressing a desire to take over the part. There are plenty actors who are fans of shows and films that want to play their favorite character or have some involvement in a project to fulfill their burning wish. But it's rare for an actor to get to play their dream role. The ones who do are the lucky ones. I personally wouldn't object to Whoopi taking on the role and having her long-time dream come true. But for now, it's not something that's possible. Even with the role becoming vacant, I needed a new actor to carry on the franchise. Would she be a great Doctor? In theory, yes. Is she necessary for the role? No. But having had a female actor take over the role, and then giving us our first black Doctor with Jo Martin, I'm eager for more women, no matter their ethnicity, to be in consideration for the role going forward. Not everyone can fulfill their every wish or desire, and that includes someone who has peaked in their career, having done everything they can possibly imagine. I love Whoopi, and hope that the producers will find a way to get her involved on the show in some form, as a gesture of goodwill. So what are your thoughts on Whoopi Goldberg being the Doctor? Do you think it's possible, or is it just a pipe dream? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways folks, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment below. And hey, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea. And that's okay. Just remember to take care and stay safe.